Adam's family. My name is Adam. Hi, everybody. My name is Adam's family, and we are back to Kuso6rande, the bad video game tournament. While Rosetta isn't here right now, it's just me, Adam's family, and we're gonna go ahead and reveal the GMs. Okay, I'll stop. That was actually me, for those who didn't know. For Kuso6rande during the Iron GM round. The Iron GM round. There we go. We have given the players 3 GMs that they could choose between. If both of them chose the same person, that's who they got. But if they chose different people, they got the one GM that neither of them chose. So let's go ahead and reveal who the 3 GMs were that they could have chosen between. First, Iron GM control screen, Scream. It is our friend Donkey Clonk. Second, the hippo in the middle, Iron GM Hot Dog Crimes, we've got Zavane. And finally, Iron GM, wait, you're still here. Maybe Dana will get his chance today? It is Iron GM Dana. So, how did the votes go? Well, our first player decided, I really want a little Donkey Clonk in my life. And our second player, I don't know, went a different direction for Dana. And thus, Zavane is the GM. We have not seen Zavane in a little while. It's really exciting to have him back. Hippo time. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hey, Zavane! Zavane, where are you? Wait, Liz? Okay, Liz picked Dana. I don't know. Kata, sometimes I just have a hard time using my brain. Apparently, Liz picked Dana, and Tetsuya picked Donkey Clonk, but we got Zavane. Look, we got Zavane. Zavane's here. Hello, Zavane.
Hey.
Hey! Are you sad that they didn't pick you?
You know, I'm not sure how to feel, but a little bit. My pride's a little bit hurt, yeah.
Oh, good. Well, you're going to get back to them, right? Back at them, not to them.
Yeah, for sure. This is a special game.
Okay, honestly, I've never seen this game. I don't know what it is. What do we have?
Today we have a game that is spawned from an arcade game in the 80s, a very popular Japanese arcade game.
Okay.
It is Crazy Climber 2000.
Look at this guy's face. Oh, that is beautiful. What a good-looking face. I know nothing about this. I do have to ask, though. This is a PS1 game, right? And Liz Star has always had a little bit of an issue with motion sickness, especially when it comes to 3D. And when I say a little bit of an issue, it's actually like if it is vaguely 3D, she will possibly get sick. Is this game going to be fine for her?
I think so, yeah. We discussed that at game selection, and they've also had a little bit of time to just watch the game or rather try it out for like a minute. And I don't think it's fast enough to really be an issue.
Okay.
It seemed fine.
Well, good.
So,
good. That's always
I hope
that's always great to hear that it's going to be fine. We want the players to suffer, but usually not through vomiting.
Yeah, that's not really a part of the Kuso6rande, really.
Yeah, I mean, we could
It's
make
not a
a
stated
vomit
goal
specific. I guess if we wanted a vomit specific tournament, we could do that. You know, just see. Oh, the graphics might make me vomit, but that's a different issue.
Yeah,
This is
it's
hideous. Look, you have to see this, everybody. Look at this guy climbing.
and yeah, this is a demo scrolling, of course, and let me just tell you, I suspect that things will not be going this quickly as we start out.
I
I'm
think
sorry?
I have seen games like this. I mean, heck, Bart's Nightmare had a mini game very similar to this. You had to go climb the building and get to Homer King Kong. Yeah. who was at the top.
Yeah, sure, but I seriously doubt that they use the same control scheme.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I have a feeling that the Simpsons version is better than this one.
I can imagine, yeah.
Oh no, Tetsuya apparently asked for a manual for the game, and Corndan laughed at them.
Yeah.
Apparently, neither of the players have confirmed that they're ready. In fact, they both said that I am ready and that I need to loan that to them. Okay, they're garbage. They're prepared for the trash, and I am as well. Look at this cutscene. Everybody, you need to get all of your climbing-related emotes. I presume arms are very important here. And
yeah, exactly. Helicopters, climbing, any sort of
buildings, birds. Yeah. There are going to be lots of birds. Spam your emotes, yes. Everybody. Spam whatever you would like. I'm not going to be too angry if it's not 100% related, because as soon as I see movement by the players, I will start a timer, and here we go. Oh my gosh, we've got green versus pink.
Yeah, that we do.
I like it.
Yeah,
well,
that's let me just explain right quick. The goal of the game seems quite obvious, I'd assume. You're climbing a tower, or rather a building.
Okay.
But doing so is a fair bit more complicated than it seems. If you have not played any of the Crazy Climber games, just watching it doesn't really do it justice. It's very special, and I'd say especially for this PlayStation 1 version. In short, they use the analog sticks to control their limbs. So the left one controls the left side of the body, and the right one controls the right side of the body.
Okay, gotcha.
So to climb, you have to basically drag the sticks up and down in succession to raise the arms one after another to make a climbing motion with the sticks, basically.
I assume that your legs move at the same time as your arm, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can basically just... you're basically moving your arms and the legs follow, yeah.
Ah! Linstar got booped! Okay, so this is a little bit difficult to control is what you're saying. Although I really like the idea of having the twin stick for climbing. It would definitely be better in an arcade setting than for the PlayStation.
Yeah, for sure. And I will say that you asked me whether I was mad that I did not get chosen for this match. And I'll say that I was actually quite merciful, because I could have told them that I'd require them to use not the sticks, but rather the buttons and the D-pad, which is also a way this game controls if you don't have a DualShock controller.
Oh no, if you don't have DualShock, you can use the D-pad and the face buttons.
The D-pad left is the left side, and the face buttons are the right side.
So I have to ask, are there limited continues in this game?
It is, yes. We will see this first level quite a few times.
So restarted after taking the death, and that's probably the right decision there. Okay, getting the settings right, 6 climbers. Yep. And here we go, getting back into it.
And the continues are quite rude. Well, not very nice anyways, because when you die, you lose all your climbers. Using a continue, just restart to at the bottom of the stage. So if you haven't actually cleared any levels, you're just basically wasting continues. Speaking of clearing levels, Tetsuya just cleared the first one. Very, very nice.
Now,
I'm
yeah,
impressed.
good job, Tetsuya. Like, honestly, I'm not too surprised. Tetsuya has always been a strong Kuso6rande competitor. Oh my gosh, there goes Liz Star again. Honestly, what would probably be the best way, like, if you got a game over and you want to start completely over, it might just be better to wait for the countdown on the continue screen and then bam.
Did you see that? Sorry for interrupting you.
Was
Did you
that a
see that on
refrigerator?
Tetsuya? Yeah. The funny thing, Tetsuya actually found one of the little like shortcuts of this second level. There's balloons just drifting by, which you can grab onto, and it'll just pick you up like to a fair distance upwards. But if you are unlucky enough for an obstacle to randomly spawn at your ascent, it will crush you and you can't avoid it. So that's unfortunate for Tetsuya.
Yeah, this game, like, here's the deal. One of my problems with the game so far is that sometimes reaction time is so low that you are just going to get hit even if you're a good player. Like the birds dropping things, that is a huge problem.
Yeah, for sure. And as I said earlier, just watching this probably doesn't do it justice, because there are very precise conditions that you need to meet to actually move like sideways, as we saw for Liz right there. You basically have to have both hands on grabbing onto something, and even then things can get like weird. It's hard to describe, but the game is not at all fair when it allows you to like move horizontally.
Oh yeah.
It's very poorly designed, I'd say, and I'm not like a crazy climber pro, because there's been tons of these games, so it's obviously people enjoy them, but it's just not good on the PlayStation at the very least.
Yeah, I can see that. But
the music is nice though.
Yeah, I like the music. It's a blast. Oh,
yeah.
Oh. Yep, there's my song for you. Oh.
Do people enjoy them, or is it a money laundering scheme? Yeah, that's certainly a theory.
Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm actually going through and ordering a burrito. Yeah, welcome to my life. Oh my gosh, I could, like, I don't have a burrito every day, but I could.
Oh, Tetsuya managed to grab the balloons again. Let's hope he has more luck this time. Seems like it. Very nice.
What is this music that Liz has? Like, what happened?
Oh yeah, that's the condor flying by, pooping on you and dropping eggs and whatnot. As they are known to do. Yeah, this game, it becomes very stressful quite quickly. Like you can have some luck and manage to climb quite a few stories if you get a flow going, but just as easily these windows, like closing and opening all over the place, quite easily they'll trap you, as they obviously like spawn around the player as they travel upwards. It's a very stressful game, especially with the limited controls. You could see that. Oh damn, I interrupted myself there. Tetsuya is doing excellent right now. already at the top of the second stage. I am super impressed.
Oh no! Donkey Kong got Liz! Oh, okay, it wasn't Donkey Kong, but whatever. That guy.
Yeah, King Kong, maybe?
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, we got Tetsuya already onto stage 3, which is quite amazing, I'll say.
Yeah, honestly, Tetsuya is doing really well. How long is this game?
It is, let's see, I think it might be like 5 stages. So it's a fairly short game, but I'm not worried that Tetsuya is gonna reach there now.
Yeah, honestly, like, one mistake and Tetsuya's dead. There we go, Liz Star trying to get to the helicopter. How do you get on the helicopter?
Liz making it past the first stage here. And what's happening here is they need to grab onto the helicopter like that.
Ah, there we
Very
go.
cool pose.
The best pose. Okay, there we go. Tetsuya using to continue climbing the building. That's right, I forgot. You do have continues, so there is a very reasonable chance to get back into it. Although beating the game first try would still be extremely impressive.
Yeah, that would be mind-blowing to say the least.
But Tetsuya is getting really good at, dodging all the bird drops.
I'll say this much, that they are both doing better progress than I did when I found the game and tested it. They're both doing great.
I like this music. It's kind of funky.
I'm gonna actually check how many levels there are just to make sure that I know. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, it's okay. Just so everybody knows, this was developed by Nihon Busan Company. They made other video games such as Sexy Idol Mahjong. A lot of those, apparently. Holy crap. I think they made a lot of Mahjong games that were for... they made a game called Booby Kids? What the crap is that? Do I even want to look at this?
Yeah, that sounds risky. I have no clue what that is.
I'm very concerned. It's set in a prehistoric environment, complete with cavemen and dinosaurs. You play as a little boy, collecting treasure. Why the crap is it called Booby Kids? That's dumb. That is not related at all, and that's probably for the best. Looks like this company may have worked on a Die Hard game as well, specifically for the TurboGrafx. I didn't know there was a TurboGrafx Die Hard, but I know now. They also worked on a Rush Hour video game, some of the other crazy climber games that are around here. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. Quite a few games in their history, but a lot of them being Mahjong.
Yeah, there are quite a few of those actually. Mahjong games, especially on the PlayStation for whatever reason. Big market for Mahjong games.
Oh, apparently Rush Hour is not based off of the movie. It is just a racing game. That is dumb. The movie's a classic.
Oh, this game is actually shorter than I believed. It's 4 stages. So
Tetsuya is on to stage 3 right now.
Yeah, that's we might see a very quick completion. But as I said, I'd be super surprised if he manages on the very first attempt.
Yeah, honestly, you never really know what's going to happen in Kuso6rande, and there are plenty of cases where people do manage. Looks like Tetsuya getting a game over. And it's completely allowed in Kuso6rande for people to finish early and to finish significantly ahead of time, although I'm usually happy if we hit at least the half-hour mark.
For sure.
Considering this is the last game of today, Meh.
We'll just have to see.
Yeah. I really like the song in the second level, though. This is good.
Yeah, basically, like all the music in this game is very nice. And there are some gameplay stuff, like some finesse things you can learn, some more advanced stuff. That's not entirely obvious when you start playing it. Like, there's a ton of obstacles, of course, that, like the condor and the toasters dropping and whatnot. You can actually survive getting hit by those. As it otherwise it seems like you can only take one hit. But if your character is securely planted in just the one window, like got both hands down, they can actually take hits of the smaller kind, like the like a potted plants or whatever. Not refrigerators though, but the smaller stuff.
Yeah. What's interesting to me, I'm looking at the people who worked on this game, and pretty much all of the people who worked on programming it all, as well as the music, all of them, this was their only game that they worked on. Some of the graphic designers had worked on a few other games, but most of the people credited for this game don't have credits with any other games out there.
Huh, that's interesting. I mean, it's not that bad. I don't think this game should have ended careers.
Honestly, if it's the only game that they worked on, they did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
that's always surprising to me, like when somebody is able to jump in and work on something like this and make it functional, and it's the only game that they've made. It's a little bit more realistic these days with the development tools that we have now. Oh, Karo Z is saying maybe they didn't want to put their real names on all those sexy Mahjong games. Yeah, you might be right. Maybe that's true. As soon as you're making sexy Mahjong, all rules are out the window.
That's fair, actually. A good theory right there. A solid one.
Do. I mean, but then again, sexy Mahjong might be better than ugly Mahjong. Huh.
Maybe.
Yeah. Does anybody want to play ugly Mahjong? Revolting Mahjong? Vomitous Mahjong? You want to vomit when you play Mahjong?
I don't know the rules to Mahjong, but it looks like it's a very pretty game, if nothing else.
It takes a little while to learn how to play. Generally, a few solid hours to learn how to play Mahjong well. It's a lot of fun when you do, though. I like Mahjong. It's good.
Yeah, the closest I've really come to it is the golden saucer in Final Fantasy 14.
FF14. Yeah. I would say that the best way to learn how to play Mahjong is probably the Clubhouse games on Nintendo Switch. It does a very good job of teaching Mahjong. So I don't really understand what causes you to fall when the windows are opening or closing. Like, what exactly happens? What causes you to fall?
It's basically, imagine like the window slamming on your fingers, like.
Okay, if your finger is still there when the window fully closes, you fall.
Yes.
But if you grab it after the window is fully closed, you're not going to fall?
I don't think you actually can grab onto a fully closed window. So like for a second or two, the window's just closed and you can't do anything with it until it starts opening up again.
Gotcha. See, you should just go inside the open windows. That would be better.
Well, he's busy. He's climbing. He's got places to be.
Yeah, like up.
He is the crazy climber.
So the window only needs to close on one hand or foot in order to
so, yeah.
do you in.
I think so, yeah, as I recall.
Aw, Liz is saying that she kind of loves this game, which is better than one of the games that I gave out that I thought Liz was going to love, and she was like, I hate it. This is one of the worst games I've played. I'm like, Liz, no, I love it. It's heavy shredding for NES. Liz was like, no, I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, Liz saying, I kind of love it, but wow.
Yeah.
That's a fair assessment, I think. Those balloons there on Liz's screen, they are extremely fickle. Like, I don't actually know how you're supposed to catch up to them. It seems almost by chance, at least for me playing.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that climbing on the corner of a building just feels wrong. Although it's it might be easier, just, you know, because you don't have to have your legs in the splits constantly.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, Big Honkenberger, you're saying that you can't believe I like purposefully giving out video games that people hate. Here's the deal. There are plenty of games that I give out that I expect people to hate, and then there are some that I'm like, they're probably going to like it by the end of the match, and then those are the ones that I'm shocked by, because, you know, they're games that I genuinely came to love, but I've got terrible taste sometimes. Oh, Liz does not like this. I'm not sure why Tetsuya is saying that this is pod racing, but apparently that's what this game is now. I don't see any pods. I saw, like, cannonballs.
Yeah, I think the comment came in just as he was smashed by one of those, yeah. Yeah, and I think Liz just got stuck in that special kind of way where basically every window around her were... oh, sorry, I'm mixing up pronouns here. Were closed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is that balloon thing? What does the balloon do?
Yeah, by grabbing it, it's basically a shortcut. So you can grab it, and it takes you up quite a few stories. Although, as we saw earlier with Tetsuya, it can backfire quite painfully. As he was being carried up, someone dropped a fridge on him.
I hate when that happens. You know, I'm just trying to climb a building, trying to use balloons like the old man from Up to get to the top, and then suddenly, bam, you drop a fridge on me.
And it's just like great game design to have the player grab onto a shortcut, like a reward, and then just put them in a situation where they can't avoid coming obstacles.
So
you'd imagine that you'd get some sort of invulnerability or something, but nope, not in this game
anymore. I do have to ask, why does the elevator open up to the outside? That doesn't seem like the safest elevator design.
Yeah, no.
My
and
gosh,
someone's
they just chucking monitors? Why would you chuck? Or are those like toaster ovens? I don't know.
Yeah, microwaves maybe.
Microwaves.
A lot of broken microwaves, I assume.
Yeah, if you did it just right, you could probably at least pawn a broken microwave and get something out of it, or you know, don't tell them it's broken.
Nope. There goes the balloons. As I said, they're extremely hard to catch on to, the balloons. I have certainly not figured out any way that's safe. And as you can see on Liz's screen there, it's very awkward. They're basically now stuck in trying to move. Oh, there, they got free.
Okay.
Like, the game is very particular about how you're allowed to move.
Oh, this is not a good spot to be in.
Yeah, that's rough.
The elevators, they want to murder. Both of the elevators are there trying to drop those bowling balls on you. Oh my gosh, Liz survives? For now?
Wow.
What is
nice.
this? What is
That's
this
impressive.
game? Oh my gosh. All this
Liz
is
keeping
amazing.
her cool. Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking about this game because Liz definitely doesn't dig 3D games just because of the motion sickness. However, she has also played a lot of arcade classics, and this essentially is an arcade classic that they brought to the PlayStation 1. So I feel like that is being, you know, a relatively big strength for Liz here. I went to an arcade with Liz once.
Ooh.
Oh no! Well, that's okay. That's okay.
She should be fine. Oh, yeah. Very nice.
No lives left. Just don't die on accident.
That very well, because if they had died there, lost the last one, they'd have to start over from the bottom of the tower.
Yeah! Do the pose. Woo! So good.
And this is sort of something I half expected. Like I think we can expect to see widely different results between attempts, because sometimes the game is just not very nice to you. As we're seeing right now, Tetsuya is having issues, but dealing with it really nicely.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that, you know, I'm of the opinion that this game, you know, is jank in ways, and the control scheme that you talked about makes this a little bit more difficult, that you use both of your sticks to move up the building. But otherwise, the game's, well, it runs well. The graphics are decent for the PlayStation 1 time. The music's good. I think that we have a fairly enjoyable game on our hands. Flawed, but enjoyable.
I would say so too. It's Kuso in more than ways than one, I'd say. Like, it's weird in a Kuso way. And like, the controllers are genuinely not great. And as I said, it's kind of hard to see that from a spectator perspective. But I would also agree with you that it's when you get used to it, it's kind of fun.
Yeah. Oh no! The bird got Liz. That bird was just going ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a game that I could see myself, like, having fun with. Even if I didn't make it, like, I probably wouldn't play it more than a day or so, you know. It would be a one-time playthrough that I would enjoy. But,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Seems very likely. And it's cool now to see they're very close right now, actually. Basically at the same point climbing here.
But yeah, as people, as you stated, you know, the controls here are a little bit rough. How did Liz manage to not fall getting bopped on the head by a potted plant?
Yeah, that's one of those little things that I think could be like a deciding factor if they figure out or not, because you can actually survive those potted plants and smaller objects if you plant both your hands on one window, like you're securely stuck to one window.
Oh yeah, Tetsuya had it bounce off his hand.
Yeah. But looking at the list right now, like trying to climb with two windows, like one hand on each, that you can't really, as we see, that's not gonna go so well. Yeah, so if you manage to just hang on to one window and just stay there, it's like basketball rules. You know, if you firmly plant yourself on the ground and you don't lift either of your feet and somebody knocks you over, you don't get the foul, they do. However, if you do get knocked over, that's fair game. If your feet are not firmly planted, you know. Exactly.
So this is basketball rules, everybody.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I think actually that Liz has taken the lead from this.
Really?
I think so. Tetsuya made like an excellent first attempt, but that might have been a lead change because I don't recall those, like, I don't know what it is, like frames flying down for him. Yeah, he's very close behind. It's extremely close right now with Liz catching a game over there.
My bet is that Tetsuya will pass what Lizdar made it to here, considering that this is the second time he's tackled this building. He did get a full game over recently, but still has a life left here, and I don't believe has used many game overs.
Yeah, we'll have to keep our eyes on that to see how many he has left. Liz also says in the Discord chat here, I do like this, but it feels too RNG. And yeah, I think that's certainly a thing. As many arcade games, really. But you can for sure get screwed by the RNG in this game. That's a very common occurrence.
But I would say that, it's happening all the time in this game, so you have to learn how to deal with the RNG. And that's
exactly.
And that is the typical arcade experience. There will be randomness. How do you deal with it? And I'm sure that both of the players are learning how to manipulate things to their advantage and learning some of the mechanics for how to get hit and not fall will help as well. And I don't know if either player has really figured it out at this point.
Yeah, it might seem like I'd imagine that they probably think it's sort of a random occurrence at this point. Like, oh, I survived there. Why? It's like not quite clear. But figuring that out would be a big plus for the player that manages to do so.
Yeah.
And also, Tetsuya just used his last continue, but they've got quite a few lives here, so we'll see.
Well, here we are, half an hour of this match left. Remember, if either of the players beats this game, they take the victory by default. There are only 4 stages, and Tetsuya's on stage 3. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Theoretically, we could see a completion, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Mike Uyama hopping in and saying that he loves this music, as do I. It is great.
Yeah, it's a bop, for sure.
Yeah, what is the vulture eating that messes it up this much? It's like simultaneously pooping and dropping eggs.
Yeah, that's some catastrophic failure right there.
I think those are eggs.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
Yeah, I can see why. Oh,
Tetsuya got window washed.
That's a rough situation right there to have both of them pass by as close as they did.
That's pretty great. I mean, Tetsuya could have backed down a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, bumped by the monitor.
This is a rough patch right here, having to pass by, because there's some windows here that just do not open, the ones with the red arrow on.
Yeah.
So
what do those?
You pretty much have to figure out what you're gonna do before you do it in this part, I'd say, because you have no time to like figure stuff out. You can't stop in the middle of it, or you'll just get destroyed.
Onto Donkey Kong. Yeah, I'd say that one thing about this game that people, it's not really possible to tell while you are watching it for the first time. The controls, how janky the controls can.
And I will reiterate that I was kind of nice to them, because playing it with just like the D-pad and the face buttons, that's just torture.
Yeah, although I have seen some people in chat say that that's their preferred way of playing it. I don't know.
I can imagine also, because that's, from what I know, that's basically at least how the home system versions worked before. and possibly also the arcade, but I'm not entirely sure.
Tetsuya is in a rough spot trying to figure out how to get out of this small area where he just needs to be able to grab onto something. There we go.
Yeah, and and what we were not really seeing is that one issue that the controllers are very strict. Like, he can grab onto one of those windows, but what then? Like, it's very... He wants to move to the right here when he has his hand there, but the game is so strict in allowing you to do so that it becomes very just janky. There we go. Very nice.
Aha.
That is cool.
I see the balloons. Liz, you're gonna try to grab a balloon?
Well,
too late.
A fridge for you. Let's see if this spot where Tetsuya is at right now is super hard if you have not figured out that you can actually tank those smaller objects by just holding on to the one window.
Oh, Tetsuya got bonked and is probably confused.
Yeah. And actually, I think I might have explained it wrong. I think the main thing is, like, you have to have your hands on a window. Like, they can't be moving around. That's the main thing. But it can be two windows as long as the hands are stuck. They can tank those hits.
Are you able to tank the bird drops?
Yes, you can absolutely just stand still, as we saw right there.
Oh my gosh,
actually.
Tetsuya
is just moving horizontally and actually being very defensive in doing so. Whether they are aware of that, we don't really know. But
Tetsuya is just getting extremely lucky, I feel.
Yeah, that might actually be the case, but we'll see. Doing solid progress. But yeah, Tetsuya trying to dodge that plaid tells me that they don't actually know that they can tank those. Because the easier option right there would just be to stand still to take that hit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But here we are.
There we go. Tetsuya at the top. Let's see if Tetsuya can grab onto the helicopter. Oh, it's got to come back around.
Here's the thing also. You can actually fail a stage by not grabbing onto a helicopter. But the weird thing with that is the game still allows you to continue. Like, it says stage failed, and then it boots you to the next stage. So what's going on with that? I don't really know. But I told
just
them,
like you didn't get the quote-unquote bonus points.
Yeah, basically. What I told them is that if they manage to grab onto it, or if they fail to, they still continue because the game allows them to continue. So whatever. It's not a big deal to me.
Sounds good to me. I wonder if it just like punishes you by taking away one life or something like that.
Yeah, that could quite possibly be the case. Tetsuya with his last guy right here, last life, as I recall anyway.
On stage 4, although who knows, Tetsuya might be able to... I don't know if Tetsuya has any continues.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I think this is it. Let's see. Yeah, that looks like a game over to me. Yeah, high score though.
Yeah. Number 10, not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, the fourth stage is under construction, as Hedge Maze points out.
Well,
and it is rough, I'll say that much.
Why are there so many people in this? Like, it's night, it's under construction. They shouldn't be there. Okay, seriously, construction at night, terrible idea.
And which quite shows, as they're dropping like all kinds of construction equipment as they're working. They're not being very careful. Yeah, they're throwing girders at them, probably
like
dropping them because they're tired.
OSHA just needs to go over there and shut it down.
Yeah. All right. Liz making it through the second stage here.
I like that both Liz and Tetsuya have figured out pretty quick ways to get through the levels. It's great.
Yeah.
They're just hustling and trying to get back to where they were before.
Exactly. I'm very impressed. As I said, I did not expect them to catch on to the controls quite this fast.
But then again, this is the bracket. We are on to like some extremely solid players. You know, they've shown that they are some of the best players in the blind video game tournament happening here. Liz just got whacked with the bird drop and didn't fall. I'm sure she is a little bit confused about that.
Manages to get past those closed windows right there. Very good. Oh! Yeah, still doesn't look like either Tetsuya or Liz has figured out the fact that you can take those hits.
It's not super obvious unless somebody spells it out for you. So
absolutely not.
But they have both seen the cues there, you know, so they both have seen it happen.
Precisely.
Yeah, if either of them does figure it out, they will get a significant advantage.
By this point, I think I had figured it out, but it's also like a very different situation playing a game, trying to like playing it to see how it is, and experiencing it in a racing environment.
The biggest way to get me to do bad on a video game is to have me race it against somebody. Because, oh, geez, as soon as you have any sort of, like, if anything is on the line, I am the biggest chokester.
Yeah, that's fair. And sometimes it's the other way around. Like, in race situations, some players just thrive on that and figure stuff out that it wouldn't otherwise.
Yeah, it's strange. And you never really know. There's no shame for anybody who just isn't able to do it, because it can be extremely tricky to learn how to race games like this. You know, and I'm just one of those people who I've improved over the years, but I'm still not great.
Yeah, that's fair. There goes Liz. Still with 1 credit, though. And it can't be stressed enough that part of the level where, like, there's frames going, Liz is... Liz is not happy in the Discord chat right now.
Liz is very stressed about this game.
Yeah.
Like, here's the deal. Tetsuya is currently in the lead, having made it to stage 4. Liz is currently on stage 3. She could potentially move into the lead if she manages to get to stage 4 and make a decent climb.
And another thing, like having lives and getting to a part where you're just not sure how to proceed is also a good thing, because if you die on an obstacle, the game is kind of nice and usually gives you like a second or two of breathing room as you respawn to make some quick progress.
Yeah. If there are areas where you're just going to have to spend a decent amount of time like waiting, or it's extremely difficult, just dying in order to get rid of obstacles could be a viable strat.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if I would go that way during a blind race like this.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, definitely knowing that you can tank those is such a relief at that part, because it's so fast. Like,
oh yeah, basically, like, the level that Tetsuya is on, you know, all you would really have to worry about, I think, are the refrigerators. Maybe the bowling balls. I don't know if you can tank a bowling ball.
Yeah, you cannot tank the bowling balls, but they're sort of, they give you ample enough time to actually see when the elevator is stopping.
Oh yeah.
And if you hug the wall towards the elevator, it's probably usually fine if it's just a little bit above you, because the bowling ball falls out in an arc. Is there any lore for this game?
He tried to tank the refrigerator. He tried. Didn't work.
Well...
So I don't... Well, at least he knows in regards to the refrigerator. My fear is that doing it to the two objects that you cannot tank could cause Tetsuya to believe that, like...
That it's not a thing.
That it's not a thing. But it totally is. I love it.
It is.
I love it.
Is there any lore for this game other than the PC is probably drunk? I actually don't know. I have not read up on the Crazy Climber lore.
Yeah, I apologize. I am eating lunch, so I haven't done as much Googling around as I usually do. Oh, Liz is so sad. Like, she's like, that was absolutely my loss there. What's interesting about this is that this game... Okay, I have a complaint about some games that I've been playing recently, but because it seems that the more that you learn about the game, the less... Not the less good that you're able to do, it's just that you learn that the game is completely rigged against you. And this game doesn't seem that way. Like, there are obstacles, but when you fail, when you get better at this game, you know that it's your fault. And
Oftentimes, yeah. It's very seldomly, like, impossible to deal with the situations. Almost never, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta keep your cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
Honestly,
this probably has another good attempt in, for sure. The game is not very
enough
long.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Tetsuya seems to be enjoying the game as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say that just based off of looks alone, this game kind of does belong in, like, in the Kusoge world. But honestly, it just seems over the top, kind of hilarious and amazing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily say this is bad. It's just janky and silly.
Yeah, that's fair. I would call the controls bad, but you know, bad games or games with bad parts of it can still be very much enjoyable.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a big thing we generally for this tournament, although we call it the Bad Video Game Tournament, we still embrace the various definitions of Kusoge. Rather than, like, we keep it very wide open rather than just saying, hey, it's only bad video games.
Yeah, exactly.
And this game, I feel, like you said, with controls, they can be problematic, but still enjoyable overall. And considering that it's a different control scheme that as soon as you get used to, maybe the game feels a lot more natural than you would expect.
I think that's true
it's
also.
Just, yeah, you wouldn't really know it until a game forces you to play a game like this.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure. This game becomes a whole lot more enjoyable once you've actually played for a bit. The controls plus the fact that a PS1 game looks like this makes it so good.
Oh yeah. Okay. Actually, then again, I think of a lot of like arcade games that came out around this time. There was a Frogger reboot that was just weird. I played that a lot, but I also realized that it was weird. It's not what Frogger is supposed to be.
I wonder if I played that. I'm not quite sure.
I don't remember. Like, Hasbro put it out. I know that.
Tetsuya dodging that cleaning machine. Oh no!
seriously, there have been some tricky dodges by both of the players in this game.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically the thing, the key to this match, being able to keep your cool and not waste lives in those situations where you can actually get yourself out of a tricky situation. Here's the balloons. Let's see if...
Nope.
They're very weird also, like, they seemingly try to get away from you as well. Like, they speed up randomly and all. Yeah,
well, yeah, like balloons. That's how they are.
Yeah.
You let go of a balloon, you ain't getting it back.
I mean, yeah, but they don't usually speed up as you're trying to grab onto them.
That's because they're gone. You just can't tell they're speeding up because they're so far away already as soon as you let go.
Oh, I see. I think this is Tetsuya's the 2 last lives on this go. I think he used his continue, the last one.
I'm relatively sure there's only a couple times I've let balloons go up into the air. And I know one of them was a school activity. And I feel like now schools probably shouldn't do activities like let balloons out into the wild. But back when we did it, that's just what we did. I think we wrote little messages and put them in the balloons and sent them away.
Yeah, I think that's a good rule of thumb these days to maybe avoid littering as a general rule of thumb.
Yeah,
that's how you get feral balloons.
I'd say in general, there are a few situations that's how you get feral balloons. Oh yeah. Wow!
So Alopex in chat, man.
I'd say there are a few situations where I'd look the other way. like the balloons being sent over to North Korea. I'll look the other way on that one. I'll go ahead and let that go.
In that very specific circumstance, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Nine minutes left here.
I'm glad that Samurai 40K here in chat has a lot to say about the animation in this game. Yeah, this guy is kind of a little dorky. Definitely doesn't move like most humans, but that's what makes him endearing. That's what makes him cute.
Yeah. He is the crazy climber.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm tired.
I love the poses he makes as he grabs onto the helicopter at the end.
There we go, stage 3 for Lizstar. Lizstar has this chance to push and make it to level 4. She has not seen that. Tetsuya has, but did not make a lot of progress there. Honestly,
yes.
as long as Lizstar can hold this run together and not get too greedy here climbing this building, she has a chance. But there we go. The bird just showed up and ruined everything. Stupid bird. Oh yeah, I love the freeze frame when you grab the helicopter and your animation just stops. You're like, it's my life now.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, Tetsuya, I think, is learning a little bit about the bopping mechanics, and is kind of figuring out, okay, if I'm not moving, they don't really seem to do anything.
Yeah, but it seems like he might be stressing a little bit. They've already lost 3 lives here on the first stage.
Yeah, I mean, we are close to the end.
Exactly, very fair. But I'm very interested to see here. Liz is coming up onto the end, or rather, yeah, quite soon, coming to the end of this third stage with the frames being thrown. We've only made it there once.
Yeah, still enough lives to get to the end of this stage. I think it's doable. It's just that don't get too greedy, you know? We still have 6 minutes left. There still is a chance for Liz.
If they could manage to keep onto those 2 lives they have right now, that would be really beneficial, just coming up on that particular place in the level. Oop! Tank a hit right there. Yeah, I think I mentioned it before, but this place in particular is very, very tough to like just... Oh no! Okay, here's what... Just climb as fast as you can, right now. Up, 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 up.
Yeah, like dodging probably is not worth doing here. Like, yeah, it's scary. But this is her last life on this continue, so I can understand not wanting to rush.
Oh no.
Oh, there she goes. Back to the bottom of this tower. This is Liz's last continue.
Yeah. It is.
Oh my gosh, I love that there's a Game FAQ's review of this. They gave it a 3 out of 10. Yeah, the good is that it's the same feeling with the arcade in your living room, nice memorabilia. The bad, old game pressed into a CD, no addition at all. Well, the difficulty is more suitable for kids over 10. Never frustrate younger people below 7 with this game. Wow. So don't give this to people under 7.
I would not give this to a child under 7. I would not. I'd say that much.
You can select the color of the player, which looks like a puppet made from French fries. Wow, those are some harsh insults for our hero here, okay? He's more than a puppet. He is a man. He's climbing.
This is quite the feat of strength right here.
Although, to be fair, I feel like anybody would be able to climb this building better than me. Like, I'll pass, okay?
I feel you on that one for sure.
Yeah, let's see. Music/sound effect. Don't call it music. It's dull, repetitive noise. What? The sound effects are also miserable. The female voice cheering you will actually discourage you. Okay, this review is objectively wrong. I'm gonna report them.
Yeah.
Report. That's right. Game FAQ's police. Come and take this review down. The music is perfect for this game.
Oh, looking at Liz right now.
They say there are only 3 levels. There are 4 levels. Come on. Wow. Apparently, they sucked so bad at playing this, they didn't even make it to the 4th and final tower.
It also includes the original game, as far as I recall. That's another little thing.
Well, that's nifty. I'm glad that they, include the original, include the update. I'd say that,
Liz.
if this game came out and was fairly cheap, that would be fine. Yeah, the window washers.
Yeah, would suck right there.
Yeah,
no, come on!
Liz, no!
Here's where it really shows the controls. Like, it's so iffy about where you get to start moving horizontally. So, lost 2 lives basically to that thing, which is super unfortunate.
Liz is just trying. This is her last life, her last continue, but she is past the terrible sign section.
Yeah, it seems like it actually. This.
But the bird.
Man.
There's a bird.
Yeah.
No! Oh,
the bird.
That's it. Well.
Yeah, that is it.
I feel like I don't know. Should we wait for Tetsuya to finish? We can wait for Tetsuya to finish up the
yeah,
hour.
It's, 2 minutes. But very, very solid from Liz. So close actually to so close to actually even it out completely there, because Tetsuya made it to the 4th level, but just very barely, very, very barely.
Yep, that is completely understandable. Liz opts to go for the arcade version.
Oh yeah, look at that. I wonder if we're using the analog
Well,
sticks
it doesn't
here.
seem too complicated here. Oh.
Yeah, we got a little showcase.
Oh my gosh, the scream when you fall. So good.
Yeah, this might... Is this the NES version? Or...
Arcade?
Yeah, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's a really old arcade game actually.
Oh
so
yeah, it's
1980, I think.
it's old.
Yeah, it's but it was really popular when it released.
Oh, for sure.
Like the 3rd most in Japan or something like that.
Yeah, and honestly, it looks really good and, you know, seems to act really good for the time that it was out, you know. I feel like arcade games of this style just don't show up very often anymore. Understandable,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, it's kind of sad. I wish that we had more. But then, you know, people would ask, how do you even sell them? And
Oh, well, you got King Kong right here.
I
That's
hate
really
this
cool.
one. I dislike him. Okay, dislike, he is ugly.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and invite them to come and chat with me because Tetsuya managed to take the victory today. Liz is apparently having a bit of a sore throat due to stuff. She may not join. Oh, she may.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hello, Tetsuya, and hello, Liz. Congratulations on this game. This was a lot of fun to watch. Now, Liz, you almost caught up to Tetsuya. Tetsuya made it to the beginning of Tower 4.
Oh no!
On your last attempt there, you were actually really close.
I got to the very tippy top so many times.
There were so many
4
parts that they just
so
like
hard.
screwed you with RNG.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so mean. It's so hard. Oh my god, my hands are shaking. My throat is dry.
Yeah,
That was
Yes.
unironically like actually for real one of my favorite submissions in any tournament I've ever played in ever.
you really enjoyed this one.
I really, really love this submission.
Yeah,
It's like
Oh my god.
was
it's
fun.
just janky enough. It's perfect.
Like,
God, I
I
loved
still
it.
feel like it fits Kuso6rande.
It does.
But
Oh,
that
yes,
it is,
it does.
Yeah,
that it
no,
is enjoyable.
definitely.
Actually,
The players can
tell-
probably attest to the controller issues and whatnot.
Tell the players at home. Well, okay, nobody was playing at home. Tell the people at home like what they were missing from not playing it. What was the difficulty of this game?
This was like PlayStation 1 QWOP.
Oh my god, it is! It is PlayStation 1 co-op. You're
And,
so
like,
right.
The more you
Except-
played it, the
except
more
with
you realize. Yeah.
With co-op, you don't accidentally turn into a situation where your legs don't work properly.
No,
And you
your
aren't
legs-
able to, because like, I've definitely
Exactly.
found ways where I like soft lock myself, and I'm like, oh, I can't move forward. That's lovely.
Yeah, moving down was awful. Moving down was not the hard part. Or moving down was the hard part. Moving up,
Moves
That
the
was
hard part,
easy.
Moving up was easier. Yeah.
yeah, but once you like, get
Really?
locked in that one window and you see it like slowly closing on your fingers and there's nowhere to go, and you're slightly off center, then you're like, oh, well, that's really it then.
Exactly. You just get stuck with no way of really recovering in some cases for sure.
Yeah, honestly, for an arcade conversion to the PS1, I'd say that, keeping the graphics simple, completely fine. I loved the music. I loved the action. The sound effects made me happy. Like, I feel like getting used to the controls is the biggest problem here. But when you do, like, both of you really got so much better over the course of the hour,
We did, yeah. I mean, I did.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. That was part of the fun of
Assumedly,
it.
Tetsuya did, considering they beat me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd say
kind of like just getting better. When I got through Tower 2, only getting hit once at the very end, I was like, that's it. I'm never getting any better. I'm as good as I'll ever be with this game. I was so close. I was like, no, I almost got it without dying.
Yeah, once I hit Tower 4.
Sign right at the end.
Yeah, that thing is messed up. That is so rude.
yeah, that's
There was no
sign.
time for me to react to it, and oh my god, the traps at the top of Tower 3. There's no time to react to those stupid flying signs, and also climb at the same time.
Here's the thing, though. I will say to you both, because I don't think either of you really figured that part out. You can actually. And I imagine you both realized at some points that you can actually survive the smaller hits.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Why? How?
And the thing is, to survive those hits, basically you have to have both your hands firmly in windows. Like they can't be flailing about.
I thought as much. That was my guess.
Yeah,
but I could never really get into a situation if something was going to hit me, chances are high one of my hands was in a place where I couldn't put it down properly, and I was like, well,
I totally understand as well that it's not something you want to gamble on in a race, but having known,
but
if you had figured that out, that's a huge
that would have been a huge boon, not burden, boon.
But
there were definitely times.
Definitely
where,
was a burden.
Something hit me. There were definitely times where something hit me and it did knock me down. I was like, oh, thank you, whatever the hell is making this happen.
Yeah, same. I was just trucking as hard as I could. Get beaten by a potted plant, don't fall and go, oh, that's weird, better keep going.
Yeah. No time to think about that.
Well, everybody, I think that is the end of the matches this weekend. I was thinking about doing a stream, but I'm realizing how exhausted I am. Thank you, everybody, changing time.
You're not the one who climbed towers.
Yeah, why don't you go climb towers for an hour, then tell us how you
Fine,
feel.
I'll go climb 5 towers, huh? You only got to 4, Tetsuya. I'll climb 10. Actually, there are only 4 towers in this game, so...
Yeah, to be clear.
I can do it.
That was the last level.
I can do it 9 times. Oh, that was the last level? Oh,
Yeah, the fourth.
that's really
the fourth,
not a lot of levels.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I think that maybe, it gets a bit of a bad rap because the game is very short.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's not necessarily a bad thing. We mean more games with worse graphics that are shorter and that are cheaper. And that is
And I'm not
completely fine.
And I'm not. I have a question. Is the original game also use twin sticks, like the original arcade?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I don't
Because
actually.
if it is, it's
Nowhere
the first
says
twin
yes.
stick.
Nowhere says yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's like, okay, you sick of Robotron? How about this?
Yeah, twin stick shooter. This is a twin stick climber. Well, we're gonna go ahead and raid Author Blues, everybody. Thank you for coming and sticking around. I'll try to be back tomorrow because I'm sort of ditching a little bit early this weekend. So I'll let people know though on Twitter and Discord. Don't cancel plans, everybody. I'll let you know if I am here tomorrow. So let's read Author Blues. Did we have a good raid message from... Oh, yeah, from Liz or Tetsuya? I don't think we had any good dialogue in any of the games. Do either of you have good raid message?
Brace for refrigerator.
Brace.
Oh, no.
See, you tried that, Tetsuya.
I did. It didn't work. Just like in real life, you can't just shrug off a refrigerator to the dome.
Yeah, I'm assuming that no matter how many hands, even if you had 3 hands,
Yeah,
down,
like
probably
5
go.
hands, refrigerator still taking you down.
Yeah.
5 hands refrigerator is another.
That's good
Everybody,
too.
thank you. Bye, Liz. Bye, Tetsuya.
Bye, friends.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Bye,
everyone.
Zavane.
Bye bye.